Hey y'all, welcome back to Lifeatyayas. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you all more than you know. Here we have had a lot going on, and I'm here to just share it all with you. So please sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Before we jump into this video, I do want to say hello to my old and new subscribers. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all just hanging in there with me and just following me, especially times that, I need to take a break and catch up on life. And life has really just been throwing us for the loop. But by the grace of God, we are bouncing back. We are thriving, doing well, and I pray that you are doing the same. So here we are. We have a grocery haul from Walmart. I picked up some meats, chicken that I can just throw in the oven. The turkey ground meat is going to be for taco salad, and I'll show you the banana peppers. Those are my favorite to put on any type of salad. I already had salad mixed greens in the refrigerator, so I didn't need to get that. Here are some veggies that can go with the pork chops or the chicken. And then kale, I've showed that on my channel previously with onions and garlic. That is one of hubby and one of our favorite side dishes. Some fruit. And here I'm just showing you the banana peppers, that are one of my favorite. And then some snacks. And I'm not sure why those were in here. I should have had those in my car, but just some snacks for hubby and I to take to work. And then some cabbage you can see over there in the right. I'm going to show you a recipe later on in the video. Some fruit, bananas, apples, and the lactate milk that hubby and I drink. Potatoes and body wash in the back. Now I'm thinking about this during this voiceover. I should have picked up another one. They were on sale, and when things go on sale, you should grab at least 2 or 3, but I wasn't thinking at the time. But I'm also going to show you all the squash. I have showed this on my channel as well, where you cook the squash and then you stuff it with sausage. Once you stuff the squash with the sausage that you had already cooked with onions and green peppers or any type of peppers, you can top it with any type of cheese, whether that's goat cheese, mozzarella, Colby, or cheddar, whatever cheese that you guys prefer. I like using 2 types of sausage, one plain and one hot, just to give it a little bit of spice. Now, I don't like too much spice, but I do like a little bit of heat. And then I'm going to show you some rices that I had got. I typically do not get these rice, but we had a busy week. And you can tell from our kitchen, we had family over, and that is the elephant in the room. I know you guys are saying, why didn't you clean your kitchen? I did do things out of order this day. I wanted to go to the store and grab some things because of the storm. And if you know how the grocery stores are when there's a pending storm, you need to get there and get whatever essentials that you need for the week or for a few days. So that's why. And with the pending storm, I just needed to keep things simple this week. I grabbed some Z-bars for the kiddos if they had stopped over, and hubby likes the pure protein, and then I like the Nature Valley cereal bars. So I usually just grab one of those with a banana and some coffee, and I'm good to go until about lunchtime. I'm going to go ahead and get this food put away, and then we are going to clean this kitchen. Yes, it was a hot mess. Then we're going to move on over, and I'm going to show you some of the storm damage. It was minor compared to a lot of surrounding communities, and I'm just thanking God that, everyone was able to bounce back. Our power went out quickly, but other people's power, they were without power for 10 days. And we'll discuss all of that, and I'll show you how hubby did fix our refrigerator was did the ice jam again. Hubby did find what the issue was with that. It's just a lot going on. I'm just trying to catch you guys up on life and what we've been going through. But again, thank you all so much for sticking in there with me and clicking on my channel. I hope that you enjoy this video. It is one of my longer videos. So if you do like this content, please leave me a comment below and let me know. once I had got the everyday dishes washed, I wanted to go in and wash this glassware set. I've been looking for this for quite some time, and during my spring decluttering, I finally found it, and it was a little greasy and grimy, and I wanted to get it cleaned up and store it somewhere where it's going to be easy to find. I have another set downstairs in our basement in storage, but I need another one. This set was passed down from a family member, and I want to use it when I have a multi-generational tea party this summer. It's going to be so nice, and I really can't wait to just host the older women, the middle-aged women, the younger women, and the little girls in our family. I think it's going to be really nice. It's the first time I've been talking about it. Then COVID happened, and then life happened. So I think this year is going to be the year that we're going to go ahead and try to pull this off. If we do it, I will definitely bring you guys along. But we're going to go ahead, finish up the kitchen, and then do the floors, hang up the curtains, and finish getting this kitchen together. I did just sprinkle a little bit of decor, just a little bit of yellow. You guys know me. I don't like a lot. One, because you have to clean it. And two, I cook, and this is the kitchen, and a lot of stuff gets really grimy and greasy. So I try not to do a lot. But again, we're going to go ahead and finish this and then move on to showing you the ice jam again in our refrigerator freezer section. We finally figured out, well, when I say we, I mean hubby figured out where the issue is. So I'm going to share all of that with you. So I'm going to keep this set here in this cabinet that I had cleaned a few weeks ago. If you haven't already seen that video, go back and watch it. I still can't believe how much stuff was in here, and I did donate it to a local we have this thing that's called the free store in another community. It's like a few communities over, and it's just people in surrounding communities just come together on certain days, and they just go through different items that people have donated, and you just take it for free. So I'd rather do that. Some things I will give to the Goodwill for, of course, tax purposes, but things that, I feel like someone can just use, and I'll just donate it to the free store. But I just wanted to give you guys an overview of how pretty things look. And then that olive tree, it just adds a little something to this space. And then I found our wine glasses that hubby and I had many, many moons ago at our wedding. So that was a good find. So if you haven't decluttered your home, try to do it. There's things that you probably have pushed back in a closet, in a drawer, in a cabinet that you forgot about, out of sight, out of mind. But I was just showing you all a cup that we got hubby for Father's Day a few years ago, and the statement is so true. And here's a candle that I found at the Hallmark store. It's supposed to be natural soy base, so I'm hoping it does not give me a headache. I'll let you guys know. But I have been enjoying using the Fantastic. The smell is amazing, and it does a very good job at cleaning. So we're going to go ahead and get these counters clean, the floors, and then we're going to move on. completely transparent with you all, I did not want to iron these curtains. I don't mind ironing, but the day was just dragging on. I had a lot that was doing off camera. As you all know, in the previous clips of the video, that we have a new family member. Her name is Daisy, and I am trying my best to potty train her. So in the midst of cleaning the kitchen, I was taking breaks, taking her outside so she can go to the bathroom. And it takes a minute for them to sniff around and find their spot. I have her on a timer where I used to take her every hour. Now we're down to every 2 hours. But in the midst of all that, I have to be consistent for her not to go in the home. Now, she will sleep throughout the night without having an accident, which is good. So just being consistent and trying to get her out on time. So as you can see, it is dark outside. We did take a break, and I went and got something to eat, sat down for a moment on the porch. And so now I'm just getting the floors together. I did want to mention to you guys, I have not found the Method cleaner. I'm using the Zep for the first time. I'm not a fan. If you are a fan of the Zep stainless steel cleaner, let me know. I'm not. It smells like I believe it's called WD-40, that spray that you put on like a door jamb or something. I am not a fan. There's a lot of wiping that I did off camera. I could not get, it's very greasy. And the Method cleaner that I typically use is not as greasy. It just goes on like a polish. And the smell was very, very pungent. Maybe it's just me, because you guys know, I'm very sensitive to smells. And even after I wiped it off, and like a day or two later, I still smelled it, and it smells like WD-40. If you guys have a different opinion, please let me know in the comments below. Who else appreciates waking up to a clean kitchen? Turn on a soft lamp, light a candle, open up the curtains to get some sunshine in. It has been raining here nonstop for the past month, so to get some sunshine, just a little bit, is definitely a plus. So we're going to go ahead and make us some coffee, and then we're going to show you all the ice jam that we found again. We woke up to a puddle of water in front of the refrigerator, so we're going to go ahead and get that. But first, we need coffee. just wanted to pause for a moment and show y'all the back of my hubby's shirt. He's had it for a number of years, but that is one of our favorite scriptures. But here he's just using a heat gun to loosen the ice, just to melt it, and then he is going to use a butter knife to pry the ice up. So what he was doing previously, when you seen, he was looking at the line at the top. There's an ice tray that goes in the top tray. He was making sure that wasn't clogged, so that's not the issue. So once he gets done here, he's going to pull the refrigerator out and then check the lines in the back. So our refrigerator, it's about maybe 5, 6 years old, and it's an LG. If you have this type of refrigerator, let me know if you guys are having this issue. We're thinking it's just our refrigerator that's doing this, but I'm curious to know if you do have an LG that's about that time frame, 5, 6 years old. Let me know if you guys have had this issue or other issues. But here you seeing that he just used the butter knife to pry the edge of it up, and the heat gun really worked. It took seconds for it to melt, and it didn't melt all the way. If you don't have a heat gun and you're having this issue, I would say a blow dryer would work on a high setting just as well. The heat gun is just obviously going to be a little bit quicker, but he's just taking out the ice, and then we're going to pull the refrigerator out, and I'm going to try to explain the best way I can what the issue was in the back. So he took the back panel off, and so you see that white tube that's hanging down where there's brown water. The way he explained to me is that was clogged, so it wasn't draining properly. So he unclogged that, and then he just looked around just to make sure that that was the issue. Again, if you have an LG refrigerator freezer and you're having this same issue, please leave me a comment below and let me know if this was something that was an ongoing issue, or you just fixed it one time or twice and it was done. I'm just curious to know, or if you had to replace anything. I believe it's still under warranty. That's something I have to check. But I believe so. But once he's going to go ahead and get this cleaned up, I'm going to go ahead and sweep and mop with some Fantastic behind there. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But since he has the refrigerator pulled out, I'm just going to take advantage and go ahead and get that part clean. So I think this is a good time for us to take a break, and I want to introduce the new addition to our family. So this is Daisy. At this time, she was about 8 weeks, and she is actually fully potty trained right now, which is so great. It was a lot of work, but just being consistent, and she's spunky, she's cute, she keeps us on our toes. So I just wanted to introduce her to you all. You all will be seeing more of her in our videos. So this is one of many naps that she takes during the day. I counted them one time. I think she took like 5 naps. But here we are. I wanted to share this recipe with you all. I shared the cabbage with noodles, which we call halushki. So this time I'm just going to do cabbage, rice, and kibasi. Easy, simple, will be on the table and ready to go in like 30 minutes. This meal, the rice was in the packet. That was 2 for $3. So I only use 1 pack of rice. So I would say $1.50 for the rice. The cabbage was $2 and the kibasi was 2 for $5. So really you have a meal under $10. If you are looking for a budget friendly meal, this is definitely one of those go-tos that we cooked all the time when our kids were younger. And unfortunately, I don't measure my seasonings at this point. I just know what's enough. And again, measure to your own taste. You can add, but you can't take out. So I just go very light. And then if I need more as I'm cooking, I'm tasting to make sure that it is flavorful. And at the end, if you want to add more salt, more pepper, that is your choice. But I try to control our salt intake. So after slicing up the cabbage, I usually rinse it off and then add that to a frying pan with an onion, olive oil, and my seasonings. Let that go for about 20 minutes or so. I don't like it mushy, so I usually turn mine off a little early. You definitely have to cook it to your liking. I added the kibasi to a frying pan with some olive oil. Let that go for about 10-15 minutes. Pop my rice in the microwave for 90 seconds, and dinner is done less than 30 minutes and for less than $10. So I wanted to show you all what my drive home had looked like. This was about 3:30 in the afternoon, and this was right before the storm had hit, and I was trying my best to hurry up and get home. This is the day after, and hubby is just up fixing the gutters and the siding that had blew off the home. Again, it was straight line winds. I hope I'm saying that correctly. They were calling for a tornado, and thankfully, a tornado did not hit. Like I had said, we're not built, our homes aren't built for that. We have tons of trees. We have 100-year-old trees in our communities, and a lot of those did just come out the ground, roots and all. Thankfully, none of that happened around where we live. You guys can see the hillside did take some damage, and we will work on that. But now I am now in Home Depot just trying to see how I can replace some of the shrubs that were damaged in the front of our home. And I should say this was many days later after their power was restored. Home Depot did not even have power for about 5 days. A lot of the local grocery stores did not have power. My mom, I want to say she lost power for 8 days. Our kids had lost power. A lot of my friends, and I think the most was 10 days. That's a long time to go without power. So now when we hear that we're having strong winds, we're not just thinking, oh, it's going to be 30, 40 miles per hour. We're now making sure that our battery packs are charged, our phones are charged. We have flashlights. I won't put them out on blast, but I went to a hardware store because a lot of the stores around, they were either closed or they ran out of flashlights. A flashlight was $45. I was in sticker shock. There's no way. There's no way a flashlight should be $45. Needless to say, I didn't get it. I did find some other ones for my mom. They were like $9. But now, definitely having batteries, flashlights, power packs. We're looking into getting another generator because, like I said, that was a long time. But I'm grateful that it was during that time. Neighbor helped neighbor. Our local grocery stores, once they did get up and running, they gave 15 to 25% off of your groceries. So everyone did step up and help out, which is a definite blessing. But again, thank you all so much for watching this video. I know it was all over the place, but I just wanted to catch you all up on what we've been going through over the last few weeks. I hope you enjoy this. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.